Hi everybody, welcome back to the Crime Lab. So this one is going to be kind of a shorter video. There was not a lot of information, unfortunately, about this guy. As I'm sure some of you know, not all criminal cases have a lot of information, especially if they are international, because unlike the United States, where reporters are pretty welcome in the courtrooms and everything, not all countries are like that, and not everybody knows everything about everybody's life in other countries. So this one is actually going to be about an Iranian serial killer named Mohammed Bijeh, I think is how you pronounce it, Bijeh. If anybody speaks Arabic or I think Arabic is the language they speak over there. I could be very wrong on that, and there could be other languages. If somebody knows how to pronounce that, feel free to leave that in the comments, like phonetically how you would say that. I don't speak local languages over there. I have said this in past videos. Unfortunately, I don't speak any other language other than English. So occasionally my pronunciations are absolutely horrendous. But yeah, so Mohammed was an Iranian serial killer, and he murdered children all around Tehran and was considered one of the largest contemporary cases in Iranian history. He was known as Bijeh. Again, I'm not sure, but I'm going to call him Mohammed just because that is the name that I know that I can pronounce. And he was born to a large family with 6 brothers and 6 half-brothers. So his father, when he was 4, his mother died of cancer, unfortunately, and his father pretty much immediately married somebody else. And there were claims that his father was a barbaric sort of person, and he consistently beat his children, chained them down to places, chained them into rooms, that sort of thing. And at a very young age, so pre-11 years old, his father forced him to quit school and work. And Mohammed, at age 11, moved to I'm going to attempt to pronounce this city name. Again, I am sorry if I butcher this. Katanabad, and worked at a furnace, and allegedly was raped by somebody that also worked there multiple times. And he admitted that he had been raped and wanted to take revenge on the community for what had happened to him and all of the ways that he had suffered post his mother's death, and for the lack of affection that he had received post that time as well. And in his words, his main motivation was, "I suffered cruelly from childhood, and when I compared my life with others, I had to commit such acts." That was why he wanted to do this. So there is a long list of victims. I'm not going to go through all of them because there are 54 victims total, which I figured all of them died in a very similar manner, where they were raped and beaten and killed. That is kind of the thing that tied them all together, was they were raped, beaten, and killed by Mohammed between 2002 and 2004. So it was almost like he was killing a person every other week in that time frame over about 2 years, because there's 52 weeks a year. He was essentially either killing multiple people a month, or if you were to kind of break it down, almost a person every other week. And all the boys were between 8 and 15 years old at the time. So he was arrested in March of 2005 in Paktasht, in a town near the desert area of his killings. in front of a crowd of about 5,000 people. So he was ultimately handcuffed to an iron post. And he actually received lashings from a judiciary official. So that would be kind of like a cop or a federal agent sort of thing. And during the lashings, he actually fell to the ground, but reportedly never actually cried out or yelled about it. Just kind of dealt with it. Just fell to the ground and kind of gritted his teeth. And then before, kind of during this, one of the victim's mothers actually put a nylon rope around his neck. And he was then hoisted about 30 feet in the air using a crane until he died. There was never any report of a trial that happened. It was just, they figured him out. They were able to isolate him to an area, handcuffed him to the post, and gave him his punishment. Like I said, this is a very quick video. This is a very brief video because, like I said, not every place is like the US where we get kind of unlimited access to court cases and we get the full history of everything with all these witnesses. We get very limited information. But what are your guys' thoughts on this case? And if you have any thoughts for future videos, future cases, even if it's like one of those many unknown cases, feel free to leave it in the comments and I will look into it. Have a great rest of your day, y'all.